Hi, I'm John Haynes, Tournament Bass Angler here in Mound, Minnesota, and today in this episode I'm going to be talking with you a little bit about how to read electronics, sometimes called fish finders. Having a good lake map and definitely having a good electronical system on your boat regarding GPS. LakeMaster is a great chip that you can use within fish finders. Also, the new side imaging technology that's come out. There are a lot of different choices, a lot of different selections of types of electronics that you can put on your boat that will help you to look at the structure of the lake, because there are really three things that you want to be looking for. You want to be looking for any kind of structure breaks and any kind of submerged structure like rocks, weeds, and submerged timber. And then you also want to be looking for the presence of bait fish, because obviously where there's bait fish, that's where the fish are going to be feeding. So talk a little bit about looking at your electronics. On your electronics as well, you're going to be able to see the water temperature, you're going to be able to see the depth of where you are, and those again are all important things. It's also important to know the time of year that you're fishing and to be able to zero in. You know, are you fishing a pre-spawn period, a post-spawn period? Are the fish staging to spawn? Is this in a warmer time of the year where the fish maybe have gone a little deeper? Or maybe it's in the fall or early winter, and the fish are acting much differently than they would, say, even a few months before. Knowing the time of year you're in and knowing when you're fishing and why the fish are doing what they're doing during that time of the year is crucial to help you read your electronics and to know what you're looking for. In structure breaks, you might be looking for old creek channels, for instance, that might run off of a main channel. The best way to do that is kind of go zigzag over with your boat with your electronics on. And I always recommend putting your electronics on manual mode versus auto mode. Auto mode will give you a bunch of beeps and it'll indicate a lot of different things. And sometimes it's playing off a lot of echoes that it'll get from underwater. And it can't always be that helpful. But in manual mode, it's a lot more useful because you're actually seeing much more of what you're looking for rather than just getting every single alarm going off on your electronics. So a good thing is to position your boat over the deepest part of the creek channel there, and then to do a zigzag, and you're going to want to look for C or S-shaped bends as you're doing that, and you're going to kind of be able to see the follow where that creek is going. Those are good structure breaks to look for the C and S bends in that structure break. And then you're going to want to look for the presence of other kinds of structure, like I mentioned, weeds or rocks or submerged timber. If you're seeing more stringy lines or masses of kind of stringy lines, you're probably looking more at grass or weeds of some sort there. And again, these are all great areas because bass relate to structure. And then the third thing is looking for the presence of bait fish. And one of the things you're going to want to look for here is on an LCD readout, for instance, you're going to see black circles or sometimes cloud shapes. You're going to be able to see on there, and you're going to know that that's a presence of bait fish. Typically, between the top and the bottom echo, you're going to start to see some interference there, and you're going to see those clouds moving, and those are going to be that's going to be the presence of bait fish for you. Those are just some of the basics of reading electronics. The best thing I can suggest too is when you're purchasing electronics, talk to the experts, and they'll be able to help you find that. And just getting out on the water and actually looking and finding structure will help you to have a better and successful day on the lake. Thanks a lot.